Ooh, let's fix this. All right, I think we're good. I think we're right. I think we're right. All right, let's see where I'm sharing today. I'm sharing this screen, so I think I've got that. I'm gonna put it into a present so that way it's just there. Maybe we're gonna exit that full screen. All right, guys, we are here. We are on. Yo, I wanted to give me the. You know what? I'm gonna put it on a little present. I want you guys to see it, but I don't need all this extra stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, we're here. It is time for Monday's version. We're on Metaphysical Mondays. You know what I forgot to check? I forgot to check if anybody signed up. Hold on, I gotta check that real quick. Let me make sure. I definitely want to make sure, because if somebody did sign up and I gave them a late chance to sign up, I don't want it to be like, oh man, okay, nobody signed up. Cool. We're good, guys. We're good. We're a go. Let me do that. Okay, we're a go, guys. We're a go. We are a go. I'm here. Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm Asia, the Soulful Creatrix. I am doing, look, this is like me in my natural habitat, okay? This is me in my natural settings. There's no glam squad. There's no, real nothing. You're getting just me and me in my natural setting, okay? If this is too much for you, I can understand, and I can, I can almost sympathize with what you're having to deal with watching this like this, okay? But just know that today we're working on part 2 of human design stuff. We're going through the human design basics, right? Because I got tired of not having human design friends, okay? So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make me some human design friends by sharing what I know about human design. So first of all, who am I? I am Asia, the Soulful Creatrix. I'm a sound and energy healer. I am also a spiritual guide. I have a flagship offering that I call the divine path reading, okay? And with this divine path reading, I've now incorporated human design into it, okay? And I use this as a tool to help my clients figure out, first of all, why is all this crap happening, right? Like, the crap happens, okay? How do I use this information to work for me, right? Am I aligned? So basically, someone comes to me, am I aligned with what I'm supposed to be doing? Hey Ralph, am I am I feeling this right? Am I doing where I should be? Those kind of questions that we all have, right? Like we go through something chaotic and then we're like, why did that happen? What does it mean? Does it make sense? Ooh, I forgot to tell somebody. Hold on. Let me, Okay. Now I did that. I think everything is on. I'm okay. And we're on mindfulness. Okay. Anyway, so the idea of using as many tools as you can. Okay. Now I want to address this whole thing about, whether or not, human design or astrology or whatever different divination that we're using. Some people will be like, oh well, I believe this, and because I believe this, I don't believe that. And I'm like, okay, well, you can believe both. This can be a both and type of situation. I think that in life we have these concepts that come up, right? And there's this whole idea, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. It doesn't make sense to me that you have an infinite God who can just create everything and anything and everything imaginable in the universe, right? And then that infinite God was like, don't mess with astrology. Like, didn't the infinite God make the planets and make the sun and make the moon and make everything that we're, I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. But again, if someone comes up to me and they say that they can't work with me because of a belief that they have, then look, far be it from me to try to convince you of anything that you don't want to be convinced of. That's not my job here, okay? So just know that when I work in my spiritual guidance, in coaching, or whatever we're calling it today, I'm working with all different types of beliefs: Jews, Gentiles, Black, white, and Mexican, Asian, and all in between. Okay. I don't discriminate. I actually incorporate. I am one of those who feels like it is all the same, that everyone is speaking the same message in different words, in different languages, in different feelings, okay? But that connection that one makes to the divine source, that connection is what's most important, okay? And so that's how I see it, and that's how I work, okay? So will I work with somebody who believes that Jesus Christ is their personal Lord and Savior? Yes. Yes, I will. And will I work with somebody who believes that Islam is the way and path to love? Yes. Yes, I will. Okay. And then anything in between. All right. Because my job is not to come up with how you're doing it wrong. My job, and we're going to find out later on that I'm actually doing what I was designed to do, all right, in human design, but that my job is to align you with your path, your purpose, your design, okay, point you in the right direction, give you the approval to say, hey, baby, go on and do what you're doing, because what you're doing is what you're here to do, okay? And I posted on Instagram this morning. It's like, what if everybody was doing what they are aligned to do? What if everyone woke up on Monday and was like, I am doing what I'm here to do. I love this. It aligns with who I am. It is giving me the purpose to move forward. I am not destroying anybody else's life. I am helping others with their lives even, and we are all building on each other and humanity is flourishing. Oh, okay. What if that were the case? What if you were able to wake up knowing that what you're doing is what you were designed to do? That's what I love about helping people with their divine path. And that is why I love the whole human design of it all. Okay, so I'm going to open up my, where is it at? I'm going to share a screen here. Which screen am I going to share? I'm going to share this screen here. I'm going to share this screen and do a present. All right, we're going to do a, oh, come on. There we go. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go back because we were last here. Yes. I think this is where we were. We were last here, I want to say. No. We were last here. We were last somewhere around here, okay? Last week, this is where we were, all right? I don't know. We were here last week, okay? Somewhere around here. You can go back. The stream from last week is available on YouTube. And last week we talked about basically what is human design. We talked about how you find your chart, okay? I was supposed to help you find your own chart. I found out that I am using, what am I using? I am using the freehumandesignchart.com. That's what I'm using, okay? I'm using freehumandesignchart.com, okay? It's the easiest way to get your chart. It is free. You basically go in there and you know what? I'll share this screen. You go in here, you add in your information. All right. This is Karen Curry Parker's quantum human design. So you would end up getting a chart that looks just like mine if you used this information, this website right here. Okay. I don't get paid for telling you about this. All right. I don't get paid for telling you about human design. And as a matter of fact, I probably would end up getting people angry with me because I am doing my best to give you the information that people tend to gatekeep. Okay. That's what I do. All right. Do I do this as a part of what I do? Yes. Can you book me as a way of getting all of this information in a concise manner? And not only your human design, but also a whole plethora of other stuff, ancestral stuff and astrological stuff, and, just working with divination and that communication between my people, your people, and what it all means for you going forward specifically. Yes. Yes, you can. Okay. And you can find all of that information by going to either my profile, booking me on my website. I think if you're on YouTube, you'll find the information down in the bottom, how to book me. Okay. That's if you want to do it easy. We are going to do it DIY style. Okay. So this is a DIY. All right. Um, consider this just like a DIY. All right. So you know how like in a DIY, you're watching somebody and they're doing it and it's really not making sense. And then you're like, why would you have done it that way? That's kind of how this will work if you're putting it together piece by piece on your own. Okay. I'm going to give you who I would use, how I would use it, what it means to me. Okay. Everybody is going to interpret any gate, any channel, any key comes with some guidance from the original creator of the system, right? But then we all take how we feel about it, what it looks like to us, and then we move forward with it, right? And we make it our own. Okay. So you got to find those who you trust, those, resources and those sources that work for you that you can say, okay, I like this. This works and it makes sense and it aligns with what I'm doing. Okay. There's that. Okay. So I'm going back to here. Okay. So we talked about these different authorities and then we were here. I believe that's where we were. We were on profiles and we were on the incarnation crosses. Okay. So your profile is basically going to be this description of like your role. Okay. What you are here, how you're living your life through your role. All right. And there are two numbers that create your profile. Okay. And the reason that the numbers go from 1 to 6 is because it all depends on these numbers that we talked about here in the here. Okay. In our chart. So when we it's this one. There we go. Okay. So when we were talking about all of the different things that human design is comprised of, one of the things that human design is comprised of is the I Ching. Okay. And the I Ching basically uses hexagrams, hexagram being 6. Okay. There are basically 6 different versions of a line that a diviner will use, and those 6 versions, whether they're open or broken. Okay, so you can go all the way from open line to broken line. Okay, and they're all around. I'm going to maximize this one. Okay, so all around for each gate, I'm creating 64 gates. Okay, because you can have 6 different versions. Just trust me, the math works. There are 64 gates, okay? And each gate represents a different way of making these different combinations in the I Ching. But they all depend on the number 6, okay? 6 lines. There are going to be 6 lines, all right? Our profile is going to basically be determined by which 2 lines are in your sun and in your in your personality and in your design type, okay? So that's why we now have to discuss your personality and your design type, okay? So here we are. These 2 concepts kind of important, and they are, hold on, let me go on back here, share this tab. There we go. Okay. So that's why we're here now on personality and design type, okay? When your human design chart is created, it's created based off of 2 dates, okay? So in your chart, you're going to see 2 lines. One is going to be your personality line. One is going to be your design line, okay? And the reason why there are 2 is because metaphysically, spiritually, however you want to say it, the creator of human design was told through channeling that 88 days prior to the day you're born is when your soul, your consciousness, um, your person, your consciousness, let's go with, comes into play. Okay, 88 days before you are born. That's pretty much when the last bits of you are, kind of put together soul wise, according to this. Okay, and because of that, they take your design type, which is you the date you are, let me see, your design type, which is the date that you were created 88 days before you're born, okay? And then they take your personality type, which is the date when you were born. So you take the planetary alignment, the movements of all of everything at the 88-day mark before you're born, and that's going to be your design. Okay, that's just your unconscious. It's sometimes it'll be things that other people can see about you that you don't really see in yourself. You're kind of like in your box, living in your box, right? And other people are able to gather because we all have the ability to feel each other, right? Other people are able to gather your aspects of you. So these things that other people likely see in you. You don't really see them in yourself, but they're how you were designed. Your unconscious, how you are. Okay, and then you have your personality, and that's pretty much what you see. Oh yeah, I'm this type of way, or oh, well, people don't realize about me, and everybody's realized it. We all know it. It's just the things that you realized, okay, that you think that nobody's realized about you. It's those things. That's your personality type. Okay. um your personality type is the day, time, place, and where those different planets were at that point, okay? And then we get down to the different keys of when that planet was, where that planet was. So we have 6, like there's always a number, point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, okay? Your profile is going to be the combination of your sun and your sun and earth, and your your sun and earth, and your in your personality and in your design. Okay, now I'm going to show you what this means by going on to the next slide here. Okay, so here we have my chart. Okay, now if you're looking at my chart, this is, you're going to see, don't, like I said, don't go looking at my chart trying to come up with, stuff to do about me. Okay. But just here's my chart. I'm putting my whole self out here for you. Okay. Here's me. All right. So when we're looking at my personality, which is going to be the right side, and my design type, which is going to be the left side, it just so happens that in Karen Curry Parker's, it's soul purpose, life purpose, whatevs, same things, right, left. Okay. We see here that, and I'm going to make it bigger for you. I have this side, I have 4 under soul purpose. My sun and moon are going to be a 43 and a 23.4. Okay. On the life purpose, you're going to see the 4 and the 49.6. Okay. So this is going to give me my 4, 6. Okay. Which is my profile. All right. And each profile, so each, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the bottom and the top are going to give you your profile type. Okay. So there are, how many profile types were there? I cannot remember now how many different profile types there were. Oh shoot. This is where my brain kind of goes into it goes into the brinks, right? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm going to give you guys the right number of how many profile types there were. Let's see. Cuz I'm not 12. Duh. Okay. Cuz it's 6 times 2. Oh, I'm really bad at this. Oh my gosh, the math ain't mathing. I promise y'all I used to be better at math. I used to be really good at math, all right? I was at one point in life. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yeah. So there are 12 profile types, right? And basically, each profile is going to have its own life theme. It's going to have its own characteristics. And what you're going to want to do is find your profile type. Okay. So when someone says, "Oh yeah, I'm a 4/6. I'm a 4/6 mental projector," that's just for me. Okay. If you're looking on my thing, you're going to see here that it says I'm a projector and I'm a 4/6. I'm a mental projector because if you look here on my my chart, I don't have any energy centers below the throat. Okay. So that means all of my energy centers are up here in my head. Okay. We talked about that last week. Anyway, energy centers and stuff was last week. Go back, look in the YouTubes for last week. We discussed what the energy centers were. But now we're on, I'm a 4/6 mental projector. Okay. So knowing this, let me just make sure. Okay, no questions so far. Someone asked me a question via text though, and I feel like, how does one even I don't know how I would incorporate this question. I'm going to go and I'm going to ask the question at the end because I feel like, that way it'll at least be in the video, but I don't know how to incorporate it because it's in my text message. Okay. Anyway, so basically your profile type is going to be that key that you're going to want to go to as far as what your life theme is, how your life is going to play out, because there are certain times, for certain people, your profile basically is going to explain the fact that your first 30 years are looking like this. Your second 30 years are looking, like such. And your third and fourth 30 years or whatever, how many 30-year increments you plan on living, whatever. This is what it's going to look like. There may be troubles in the beginning and now you're using them in the end. Or you may have no worries in the beginning and something may come up midlife and now, you're working on a midlife journey. Okay. Like how your professional life might look. What your how you interact with people. So for example, I'm a 4/6, which means that for the 4 types are good or supposed to be good because some of us had our issues, but you're supposed to be good with the networking, the community, finding your tribe, having your tribe. So people who are 4 types, so that if you have that 4 type in your top, right, it would be okay, you were able to find your group and that group helped nourish you, and you're able now to use that group to basically catapult your way into goodness. Barack Obama as an example. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. Anyway, now you're able to use that that network to catapult you into greatness. Okay. The 6, on the other hand, is about the being up, out, looking, seeing, observing, and what does that look like? Like what, being out and seeing the things that other people may not be seeing because you're kind of up and looking at, the top, from the rooftop is what they call it. You're up on the roof looking out, and what are you gathering after you've come back in from being out on the roof? Okay. So you're going to find your profile. Okay. Your profile, and you're going to go to any number of sources. Okay. Any number of sources. You can basically put it into the Google. Okay. You can put in, what does a 3-5 profile mean? What does a 1-5 profile mean? What does a 4-1 profile mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Like you can do 4-1 profile mean, but you can do any number of, just go in and look at them. And that will get you to where you need to go. I did the experiment this morning because I wanted to share on my Instagram. So I shared on my Insta like a little bit of what my AI. So I just asked my AI, this is what I am. What does this mean? You know what I mean? Easy peasy, easy, way to do it. The only thing I would say about using your AI is make sure you're checking it, because it's really just garbage in, garbage out at this point. Okay. And like I mentioned before, everybody has their interpretation of what human design, concepts look like. Okay. So there's that. Now you've got your profile, and now we're moving on. Now remember, design and personality and the sun and the moon, those are also going to play a role now in what we're calling the incarnation cross. Okay. So also on here, if you're looking, you see there are 4 numbers that I have circled on mine. All right. I'm going to pull mine up for you so that you can see here better. All right. That's right under soul purpose. You'll see a 43.4. You'll see the sign for the sun. Okay. And then you see a 23.4. That's the sign for the earth. Over right on the other side, you see life purpose. You see the 4.6 and the sign for the sun. And then you see 49.6 and the sign for the earth. Okay. Those 4 numbers, the 43, the 23, the 4, and the 49, okay, those are going to be important because that is creating what is called your incarnation cross. Okay. Now, my incarnation cross is now look, there it is right there. The RAX is right angle cross. If you're looking at your chart and you see LAX, then that's not going to be Los Angeles International. No, it's going to be the left angle cross. Okay. Right angle, left angle. It all goes back to this. Where are we at? I'm going to bring it back up again. It all goes back to this chart here. Okay. So if you were to look on this chart and look for the numbers that I have, my numbers being 43, 23, 4, and 49. Okay. So if I were on this chart, I'm looking for the 23, hold on, the 23, the 43, the 4, and the 49. And they are going to be at these angles. Okay. So I do not know how to show you on this screen where it is, but I feel like if I kind of do this and look right here, so you can kind of see here, there's 49. Okay. Now, if I go down over here, down here is 4. Okay. I don't know that this is working for you, but it creates a line. Okay. And then up here, there's 43 right there. All right. It's right here in the Scorpio because I have a sun in Scorpio. Okay. And then we're going to come back down here and across here's 23. All right. 23. There it is in Taurus right down there. Okay. So my 43, my 23, my 4 and my 49 are what is creating what is called my right angle cross. I'm going back over here, sharing this tab for you so that you can see right here the right angle cross of the divine translator. All right. I hope that's working for you so that you can kind of see that. But on your chart, your numbers are going to be different. Your incarnation cross is going to be different. Let me make sure there's no. All right, just making sure that there's no questions. Okay. Your right angle cross, your incarnation cross is going to be different, and your numbers are going to be different. Okay. Now remember that. Remember this. We're going to go back to this now. Okay. Remember this. 64 different gates. Okay. Each combination is going to create a different, person. Okay. 8 billion people on the earth. All right. You got to understand, like, everybody's going to have something that is going to be different. All right. Each of these numbers is going to be different. There is no way possible that anybody out there, I mean, maybe, you know what? I'm going to take that. Let me, it might be possible. It's just not feasible. Okay. For somebody to have memorized each of the incarnation crosses and memorized what each of the gates and channels is going to do for you. Okay. Which is why we use different tools. Like I use, I'm using the definitive book here. Okay. Of human design. There's another book. I use Karen Curry Parker's book also. I use books. Oh shoot, what was her name? I can't remember her name. Oh shoot, I didn't put it in. Anyway, you're going to find your sources, okay? And those are going to help you with your research that you're doing on your specific stuff, okay? All of that is to say, this is why we ask for your information ahead of time, okay? Because there's hours sometimes of research that has to be done so that we can put it together for you. Okay. So I'm going to give you mine based off of what AI gave me. Okay. So I'm back to sharing this tab. All right. So this is me just telling you, do your due diligence. Okay. When you are finding this information, look at the source of where you're getting your information. Okay. You can Google any and everything. Okay. And then there are a lot of sites that are basically just using AI now. Okay. Somebody punched in some stuff and now they're kind of just using AI to come up with their different interpretations. But there really is something to be said about using AI for soul work. Okay. I'm going to show you what mine said, what the AI said for mine. Okay. But there is really something to be said about the lack of soul in AI and using that for soul work. Okay. It just is what it is. All right. So that is my warning. All right. Find people, find sources, find resources that you trust. Try them. If they don't work, try another one. There are a gajillion. Okay. As more people are awakening and there's, more people who are kind of getting aligned and in tune with this, which has been around since the 80s. Okay. It just happens that way. Sometimes it takes a while for people to be like, ooh, okay, or they're like me and they're like, oh, I didn't like it. And then later they're like, oh, it makes sense. I'm going to go with it, So, do your due diligence when you're doing this stuff. Okay. That being said, I did go in and I did mine. Right. And these were what my AI said for me. Okay. I'll put them up so that you can see them. So first of all, I am a 4/6 mental projector. All right. Now I'm going to read what the whole thing was for, what my AI said. Whew. Because it was, it was pretty cool, right? I was like, all right. So I originally asked about profile, and my profile in human design, like I said, is 4/6. I'm a 4/6 mental projector. Okay. Um, and it says, for me that, having a 4/6 profile like I do indicates that my journey with building networks and relationships, which, if you know me, you will know. I did not take the journey of building networks and relationships. Somehow I ended up in a hermetic type situation. Likely because of this whole freak genius issue where if I say something, people are turned off by it. And then automatically now that's it, But then some people are cool with it, So my circle is small. It's almost a period. Okay. And I can see now where had I known that I would probably have done things a little differently, but alas, here we are. Okay. So there's that. And then we have, this, role model, which is the sixth line. Okay. That role model is, like I mentioned before, you've been up, living life, making your mistakes. And then finally the time comes where you are to now step down off of the roof of, seeing and experiencing and provide this information to others. So the first half of your life might be about trial and error, while the second half focuses on embodying wisdom and guiding others. And guys, here we are. Okay. Now, on to my incarnation cross, because I did want to, I wanted to say, hey, well, what does the incarnation cross mean? So I asked, how would you explain what an incarnation cross is, right? And that's what I gave you guys. It's basically your theme, your life purpose, and it influences your journey. So it's basically creating your unique life path or mission. All right. Then I asked, I have the right angle cross of divine translator. Okay. What does that mean for my journey? That's literally all I asked my AI. All right. And it gave me that the right angle cross of the divine translator is a fascinating and unique incarnation cross. And that's how you'll know it's AI, because they gotta, they want to make you feel good about how bad things can get, right? But it suggests that your journey involves translating and communicating deeper truths or divine insights to others. This cross often involves a strong connection to spirituality and the ability to articulate complex or esoteric concepts in a way that others can understand and relate to. And guys, here we are. Okay, coming back. All right. As someone with this cross, you might find yourself naturally drawn to roles where you can bridge the gap between the mystical and the mundane, helping others to see the divine in everyday life. Here I am. Your path may involve guiding others through transformative experiences or helping them connect with their own spiritual nature. Given your background as a soulful creatrix, this cross aligns beautifully with your work in sound and energy healing, intuitive coaching, and spiritual guidance. Seems like you're already on a path that resonates with your incarnation cross, using your gifts to facilitate personal growth and spiritual awakening for others. Okay, so yeah, that's where we are. All right, and it's funny because here's what's funny. If you go back and you look at the progression for me, I think human design came into the deep dives last year, sometime in April, May. Okay, I was doing my Mondays and they were live, and I was basically just kind of talking about all of the things that I've been touching on. Okay, all of the things that I'm deep diving into, right? Then comes human design, and I'm like, let me do the deep dive, let me do the experiment, let me, figure this out. Didn't like it. I'm going to keep saying that. I did not like it. I'm not one of those who's going to be like, yo, I was on that, in the first. No, I'm not that person. Okay. But yes, so sometime April or May of last year is, oh, here he comes, is when the human design kind of came into the mix. Okay. I've been doing this work 2 years. I got I finished up my PhD I want to say 2023. I finished my PhD in 2023, which means I started it in like 2021. You see what I'm saying? Okay. The point being, I did not know this until I started on this journey. Okay. And what has been fun for me, what has been exciting for me, is that because I am doing what I'm supposed to do, I now get the experience of awakening and inspiring and helping others see where they're aligned. Right. So I have clients who've come to me and I'm like, you're supposed to be doing this stuff according to your design. This is what, where you are. And they're like, yo, I've been thinking about doing blah, blah, blah for years now, but I keep feeling like maybe I shouldn't. And I get to say, baby, you're getting that tap, that nudge, that, ooh, maybe I should be doing it. Ooh, maybe it should be me. Maybe, why is it not me, Because it's supposed to be you. I get to do that. And that's what I love. I love the ability of getting to do that. And it gives me little goosebumps when it happens. And then I'm like, yes, this is awesome. I've done my part. Now I get to help you do your part. Tap, tap. Your turn. You see? And that's, so that's what it is. I did not know. It wasn't like I was like, ooh, let me go ahead and create my life based off of what human design is telling me. I didn't do that. Okay. I started on this journey, found human design, realized that it aligned. And that's what happens with most people. You realize, oh, it does align, or they try their best to make it not align. There are a lot of people who are going to just try and make it not align at all, And I'm like, okay, you don't want it to align. Don't make it align. Don't use your energy to make it not align. Just say it doesn't align. Go on about your life. You know what I mean? Chuck it in the bucket and go on about your life. All right. So that's that. Now, I had a question. Nobody on the live stream had a question, but if you come back to this, if you got here, if you were watching this, and then somehow miraculously you got here in the in the live stream, okay, and you're ready to leave a question, just leave a question. I will come back and I'll answer your question, because next week, now we've done this part. This part is pretty important. Honestly, you can do so much just with profile, strategy, authority, incarnation cross. Like, if you just do those 4 things, honestly, you might not even come back next week, because at that point, you've got everything you need. Like, we are pretty much done with the basics. Okay. That's really all you need. I gave you your type, authority, strategy, incarnation cross. You can do pretty much just go forth and figure out like the rest of your life at that point. Honestly, you really could. You really could. But I mentioned that there are 64 gates, and these gates make channels, okay? And I mentioned that there are, the sun and the earth, and then there's like 9 planets, okay? And then there's like your north and south node, okay? And those things are also in there. And then I mentioned that there is how you are to other people versus how people see you, what you think you're projecting versus what you're actually projecting. And that's all in there. And those are more of like the getting into the nitty gritties, right? You know what I mean? And then there's the whole transit thing, and how we are still moving in transit, and how each day when we're in transit, there's some new aspect that is shining on us, and how then there's how 2 people can connect to each other, or a group of people can connect to each other. So then you get the group dynamics of human design, right? And how you have a group that connects to each other and their powers combine to create Voltron, right? This super, exciting, you know, symbiotic synthesis of a group or a duo, or even just taking the energy of where the planet is and adding your energy to it and using that. Now we're on alchemy. You see what I'm saying? So much that we can talk about. I feel like if you're into any of that, then keep coming back, okay? Because I'll just keep dropping that shit. Like, I like that. This is the stuff I like to talk about. But my dog has decided, she's like, hey, we're almost done. Why would you need to be there? No, move. Thank you. Okay, so who was this? Okay, so the question was, oh, she did her human design for her son. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and she wants to know. Okay. So one of my clients did a human design for her son and wants to know if he is like her. And I will have to get back to her because no two people are alike, baby. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. But I will now be able, because I have two charts, to put them together and help her to see how her and her son work together. Which reminds me of this. When my son was living, okay, because my son was killed in 2020, okay. When my son was living, I got a lot done. A lot. Like, I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was running track. I was a personal trainer. I was, out just being about about that life. I was experimenting on everything, trying all kinds of things. Okay. And he lived with me. And the energy was coming easy. The energy was there. I was able to do it. Okay. Didn't know at the time that I was a projector. All right. Didn't know anything about how like the energy was working. Okay. I just thought it was me. There's honey. Okay. I just thought it was me. Every video, she's just like, yo, I want to be in. And then what I realized, and what it felt like, what it was so obvious, is that when he left, when he was killed, he died. Okay. The energy for me, it was like it was removed. It's not there. That I'm going to work out. I'm going to, push hard. I'm going to compete. That energy is not there. And I didn't realize this until I started looking at his chart. When I looked at his chart and my chart, okay, I don't have energy centers that are going to be work, compete, grind, hustle. None of that energy was mine. None of it was mine. And my daughter, none of that energy is really hers. My daughter that lives with me, none of that energy is hers. Okay. That energy was coming from my son. I was incorporating his energy, working off of his energy, grind, go. That was him. It wasn't me. And it's crazy because once I saw that, once I realized that his energy, and then I realized that I do tend to use other people's energy. So as a projector, as a mental projector, I don't have energy centers. I am an empath. And so I've mentioned this before, the ability to use other people's energy to help me to get what I need to get done. Okay, that's how I operate. All right. So if you are someone who is, let's say, a manifesting generator or a manifester, right? And you are talking to someone and you're like, hey, yeah, you can do this. And you're basically like just, motivating them to get it done. They're like, yeah, we're gonna grind hard, we're gonna get this done, blah, blah, blah. And then you leave them and then you notice that they don't do anything. like you're like, hey, did you get it done? They're like, nah, man, I went to sleep, I did this, or whatever else happened. I know that can be frustrating. I get it. Okay. But just understand that this is explained in your design. Okay. This is explained in how energy is working for you. People are feeding off of your energy. Okay. It sounds like vampirism, but it's not. They are using your energy and gathering your energy. A lot of times, spiritual leaders have this. So, I've talked about this before, right? Where someone will go to church and they're so compelled by what the spiritual leader is saying. And it's like, yes. And, going home, I'm going to, start my new life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, do that, whatever. It's that energy from that spiritual leader, right? That he or she is putting out there. And you're just, they're feeding, gathering it from you, you know what I mean? And then they leave and then nothing happens. No change, no nothing, right? No nothing, right? And that's because the energy is there when you were there. And then you put your energy there, and then that's it. Okay. Now they're going to go back home. They can't do what they thought. There's no way, because you're not there. It's them. You know what I mean? So that's my example of how you can take two people and put them together in a human design aspect, and even be able to alchemize and create and synthesize a whole nother person. Even it's when the two together becomes greater than the sum of its parts, if that makes sense. Okay. If any of this resonates with you, all right, if you go through and you do your type and design and everything, and you find out, yo, am I really where I'm supposed to be? And the answer then becomes yes, or then congratulations, right? But if the answer is no in any way, and you're looking for how to make that alignment happen for you, I'm here for you. All right. If you've been through some chaotic shit, right? And I know we've all been through some chaotic shit. Okay. And you are looking for someone that can help you with, figuring out the why, so that way your why helps you get to that next step. I'm here for you. Okay. That's what I do. And you can find me. I do a reading for you, divine path consultation, spiritual guidance. I do a lot of shamanic practitioner stuff also. Okay. So if you're looking for something specific, text me or call me or email me, and I'll tell you whether or not I can do it. And if I can't do it, and I know someone who can, look, she's really going at it, and I know someone who can, then I'll send you their way. Okay. Because honestly, that's the goal. My whole goal is to get you to the point where you can do all this shit by yourself. Okay. It's the idea of communication with your source on your own, on your terms. It's the idea of creating your spirituality, your spiritual journey on your own, on your terms. That works for you. That's yours. Okay. That's what I'm supposed to help you do. All right. And that's what I'm doing. That's the dog, the other dog, because I'm talking. And then also, if you're in West Palm Beach, and yes, see, there he is. If you're in West Palm Beach and you're looking for a sound bath, you're looking to hang out with some cool people in a cool place, I have an evening sound bath this Thursday night. It'll put you in this vibe of relaxation. Okay. Thursday nights on Northwood, I do the evening sound bath. Okay. And then this Sunday morning, look at that one. There it is. And then this Sunday morning, coming up in Northwood, I also do the sound bath. Okay. But that one is a little bit different. We actually do some work there. Okay. We're working on ourselves in that one. All right. The easiest way to get all of the information all the time ever is to join the Creatrix Chronicles, which is my newsletter. Also, if you go to my website, there's some freebies there. The website is also in, look, now she's going insane. There you go. The website is also there in the description or somewhere on a profile. I don't know. Look here, look down there, look all over. Okay. It's there. And I can get you connected with what I do. Okay. I am Asia, the soulful creatrix. I'm wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings. Okay. Until next time,